I've tried the strict elimination diets. I've also tried the gentle, slow approach to gut healing. I'm telling you, it actually worked, so you don't have to go through all that yourself. I'm Kelly, a registered nurse, and I've spent years in the wellness space watching both approaches play out in research, in practice, and then in the women I talk to every day. Approach A, the strict elimination diet. You cut out gluten, dairy, soy, eggs, corn, sugar, alcohol, sometimes more. For some people, it does identify triggers, but here's what I saw happen again and again. It created a fearful relationship with food. Women became terrified to eat at restaurants, anxious around food, and when they eventually reintroduced foods, they couldn't tell what was actually the problem because everything was gone at once. And the stress of the restriction, that alone was inflaming their gut. It's hard to heal when you're white knuckling every meal. Approach B, gentle, targeted gut healing. This is what I actually recommend. You start by adding gut supportive habits before you remove anything. You reduce the top disruptors gradually. You work on your stress response alongside your diet because the gut brain connection is real. You pay attention to your body's specific signals instead of following a blanket protocol. Women following this approach felt less anxious, stayed consistent longer, and saw real changes that lasted. Verdict: Approach B wins, not because restriction never works, but because sustainable results require a sustainable process. If you hate every second of a protocol, you won't follow it long enough to heal. What I want you to take from this is that the approach that sounds harder isn't always the one that works better. Most people judge a healing plan by how intense it feels, not by whether they can actually stick to it long enough to see results. Sustainable beats perfect every single time. You don't need the most extreme plan, you need the one you'll actually follow. Which approach have you tried? Drop A or B in the comments. I'm curious where most of you are starting from.